All right, as he told you, I'm Zafirah Ned. And back in the 60s and the 70s, I went to the Black Panther Party programs, the free breakfast program and the after school programs. And it was a great help to me as an at-risk student living in San Francisco. I lived in some of the toughest projects, Alice Griffith Double Rock projects in San Francisco. And back then we didn't have programs. We were like latchkey kids. We had working parents in the community, all working parents. So we were basically the kids after school. We were taking care of ourselves and each other and trying to help each other out. And you know how that goes. But what was good about the Black Panther Party after school program and breakfast program is they help us at-risk students with our education, with getting healthy food, learning how to just be who we are as people, our culture, where we're from, and what our ancestry was all about. I learned great history from there, but academically, I really excelled because I was doing bad in public school. I was a student with a learning disability, so I was very far behind. My mother was always getting notes every day. Your daughter is not doing well, she's not going to pass, she's not completing any assignments, she's not paying attention in school. We're doing whatever we can, but we need your help. So my mother, she used to put me on little punishments. You know how a parent is. Talk to me, discipline me, and I went through it. But when you're used to something, you're just used to it, so it doesn't matter. But what really helped me was, once I started attending the Black Panther Party program, after school program, they were kind of strict there, which is something that I needed. They were high on getting education. They were high on making sure that we completed assignments for school, that we were learning how to read and write, we were learning how to do mathematics, all these areas in which I needed help with. So what the brothers and sisters did there for me and another group of children that were there that had learning disabilities and problems, they gave us a dictionary. They took us to the side and they set us in a group, had us to take out whatever homework assignments we had and what we needed to complete. And they started encouraging us what to do. Like for me, with spelling. I couldn't remember words, I couldn't remember how to spell them, I couldn't remember how to sign them up, but I didn't realize that I had a learning disability. Because back then they didn't have those tests that tell you your child is dyslexic or your child has learning deficits. I was one of those children. So they took the time, they told me, for your spelling words, try and learn 2 words at a time. Learn how to spell the words, go in the dictionary, learn what they mean. Then when the sentences that your teacher has you to do, put the correct word in the sentence. Once you completed that, take those words and write your own paragraph. That way they knew I understood what the word meant and how to properly apply it, which was good for me because once I was back at school, when I was doing spelling tests or math tests and stuff like that, I was excelling. I was improving. But one thing they asked me, where do you sit at in the class? I told them in the back. Of course I sat in the back. I was one of those students that wasn't paying attention. I stand there with my thumb in my mouth. I'm talking all day. I'm not paying attention to the teacher. I don't care because that's how I was back then. But what really helped me was they said, ask the teacher if you can move up to the front. That helped me tremendously because then I was able to focus in on what the teacher was saying. I was able to write notes down that she would write on a board and stuff. And when I went to the program, I said, okay, I need to complete this, I need to complete that. And then when I went home, I was like, Mom, I got all my work done. That way she's not punishing me no more, right? But one day the teacher asked me, who is helping you? Because you are really excelling and improving. I said, well, I go to a program called the Black Panther Party program, after school program. At 10 years old, I couldn't explain what that was. That's all I could tell her. And she was like, okay. And she was like, do your mother approve? I said, yeah, she does. So I know she eventually talked to my mother. But what I'm saying is they gave me skills that I was used for the rest of my life. Academically, in every class, every course, every grade. I learned that when I went to the class, when we first started, can I sit up front? Because I needed that. I improved so, I went on and on and on. I graduated from college. I'm Dr. Zafirah Ned. My GPA was always excellent and great, and I'm to tell you, I would love if they had more programs like that, because the Black Panther Party members, they took this time with every student. And I can say this too, a lot of people want to think that the schools and the programs was just a black thing. No, it wasn't. Every student was welcome. Everybody in the community was welcome. Where I lived at, it was very diverse. We had every ethnicity, and all was able to go to the breakfast program, the after school program, and what was great also is, when we left that program after breakfast every day, they gave us a bag lunch. We took those lunches to school, and we shared with all other students that did not have food. So we learned a lot. But I'm just telling you, I would love it if they had those programs again. It's so needed, because students need a lot of help. We need help with our history. Our students are not learning their histories. They're not learning their culture because they're trying to take all that out of the schools. We need to bring that back, and we need to stand up for it. So I say all power to the people. Everybody that's teaching and everybody that's educated, keep doing it, because we can improve. We can improve this nation and this country with the people that are here if we teach them right. Let's do it. All power to the people.
All right, and I want you to think about every facility. And people don't realize that we started the breakfast programs like 9 Terry Collins, both of them have gone to Nancy's, as we like to say, gone on. But it always starts off, people think, oh, I can't, yes you can, but each one be 20, each one. Imagine certain facilities where you've got students say, I'll start off with these 5 students. And yes, you always get the ones who can say, my child is ready to learn, I'm ready to help back up, right? Then you get down to the next level, right? They might show us something when you work with them. And then when you're ready, because then you have all those other students. Then you go with the ones who say, okay, stray sheep. You way on the other side. Come in, we need to talk with you. But that tutoring, just getting in a group of students, and they're so willing to help with young people who aren't getting it. Teaching culture and what we call a diverse story. That's what we do. Let me show you somebody. Do you guys know this story? Did you know that story? We tell the story of our relationship with United Farm Workers on the website. 5 years. They were coming down the street, East Oakland. It was a hot day. It was a little hotter than that. I just got back to the office. 8501 International Boulevard. There is a plaque there talking about our relationship with Allen Temple Church and how we were the inspiration for the first senior housing in America. Allen Temple Arms on 80th and International, I'll give all these 4 kids.